So the Mass Office of Travel and Tourism is the parent corporation of all the RTCs, which are the regional tourism councils. And the regional tourism councils, one of them is the Greater Merrimack Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau, representing 21 cities and towns. So that particular piece, we've had some real challenges over the past few years. One of the high watermarks we had for money was approximately $500,000. And that was in a time when there were only 12 RTCs. RTCs have grown over the years. We've had some real challenges with monies throughout the state, throughout our state budget. I know that pretty well, being the state representative from the area. And the challenges where we're increasing the RTCs in numbers and money's going down has actually caused the Convention and Visitors Bureau locally to go, like I said, from a high watermark of $500 to currently approximately $315,000. So that money comes into our area. It is the challenge of the organization to make sure we balance that $315,000 in an appropriate manner, to make sure we increase heads and beds, to make sure that we bring people from 50 miles out into our area. But there's another challenge there too. We have to raise funds. We have to match it 1-for-1. However, in the Greater Merrimack Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau, we're closer to 2-to-1. So with the $315,000, we'll probably bring in any place matching funds $5.5 to about $600,000. That in itself is a real challenge. It's something that we've taken very serious. We've always taken serious notes on this, and to try to continue the economic prosperity for all of our restaurants, all of our hotels, and really just the small businesses in our communities.
And what is your challenge now moving forward, replacing your longtime executive director?
I don't know if there's ever a time or a person that you can replace with Deb Belanger. She has been the backbone of our organization. For 17 years, she has been a true leader. She has been somebody who knows how to partner with people, and probably one of the hardest workers I've ever had the privilege of working with. How do you replace that person? It's going to be a challenge. The executive committee has been meeting. We've been meeting a lot. We've been talking a lot. The committee as a whole has been talking a lot. But the one thing that Deb did, and this is where our strength is going to show, the folks that work in our office, the two women that work in our office, are second to none. They're not there just by accident. They're there because they're hard workers, and they've acknowledged the fact that this is going to be a real challenge. This challenge, we will make this happen. And the reason that we're going to be so successful is the fact that Deb was such a good mentor. She was a good mentor to these women, and we have a huge event coming up. Winterfest is coming just right around the corner, and the committee is not blinking. We are not going to blink. We're going to be successful at this, and we're going to see it through. And it's because of the good leadership and the strong leadership we've had from our outgoing executive director, and the leadership skills that she's passed on to the folks that will be running the office for the interim. We're looking at possibly replacing the executive director sometime in the first quarter.
And is there anything that you're targeting as far as changes, either in responsibilities or
well, the board of directors, and this happens, I think, with any board. The board of directors comes up with these ideas, these great ideas, and we give them to the executive director. And the executive director at that time just adds them to the list, and that's another thing that the ED has to do. We've asked Deb to take a real look at this and write out all of the things that she does. And the board as a whole will be looking at this and really going through with the red pen and saying, maybe we need to change this. Hey, maybe we really need to increase that. Maybe, what were we doing this for? There's so many changes over the years. We're looking forward to taking that opportunity, looking through the responsibilities of the executive director, and making some changes. And that's why we're really looking towards that first quarter of 2017. We're taking our time. We're stepping back. We're retooling because we have had, and I think everybody in the board would agree, the best executive director that in the state, to be quite frank with you. We are so successful. We're battling against places like Boston, Cape Cod, north of Boston. And you know something? Lowell to Lexington, we are on the map, and we are on the map because we have a very successful board and a wonderful second to none executive director.